Will lightning strike twice at Notre Dame Stadium this weekend? We're going to find out in a minute, but first, I want to talk to you guys about a special going on at Wagertalk this week. It's $100 off any combo football package using coupon code FBALL100, FBALL 100, to take $100 off any college football, NFL combined package, any handicapper at Wagertalk. And if you like college football, if NFL's not your thing, don't worry about it. We have another coupon code, CFB50, for $50 off any college football specific package, any handicapper over at wagertalk.com. Two great coupon codes, and they're up all week long at Wagertalk. FBALL 100 for the combo, CFB 50 for just college football. Now let's talk about Miami and Notre Dame. And listen, Notre Dame has a history of struggling with these types of opponents. Go back to last year. They failed to cover 34.5 against Central Michigan. We go to 2022. They had that terrible loss to Marshall at home as a 20.5 point favorite. And then later in the year, they failed to cover 24.5 against UNLV. And then who could forget a couple weeks ago? A 28-point home favorite, and they lose to Northern Illinois in one of the more shocking upsets of the season. So there's precedence for Notre Dame struggling as a big favorite with group of 5 teams. And I'm not so sure that doesn't happen again here. Now, Miami of Ohio is not a bad football team. You know, this is a team that went 11-3 last season. They went to the MAC championship game and won. They had one of the better defenses in the group of 5. And a lot of that team is back this year. There's a ton returning from last year's RedHawks team. And I think it probably makes them a competitive team in games like this. You know, they have a 6th-year quarterback in Brett Gabbert. He was hurt for a lot of the year last year. He got hurt in the Toledo game. But he's back. He's been there forever. He knows how to run this offense. And he'll be behind a very experienced offensive line that has almost their whole line returning. So, you know, as far as MAC play is concerned, they're a team I like quite a bit. You know, the question here is, can they hang around with a Notre Dame team that's probably on high alert to a MAC school coming in and giving them a game? But I would lean toward that being the case. Listen, Miami of Ohio is a battle-tested team this year, despite the 0-2 record. You know, both of their opponents so far have been Power 5 opponents. They were a 3-point underdog in both games, on the road at Northwestern and then home to Cincinnati. They weren't blown out in either. So even though they come in with 2 losses, they've lost both of those games. They failed to cover in both of those games. It wasn't like they got trashed. And in my opinion, that's a great way to sort of prep to play Notre Dame, is play back-to-back power conference opponents. Notre Dame is certainly going to be on high alert coming off of the Northern Illinois loss. There's no question about that. And we saw what Notre Dame can do if they really want to last week, is they made a very big statement, winning 66-7 against Purdue. But my opinion is this. I think Notre Dame maybe sort of had their chance to vent last week, where they just blasted someone and ran up the score. And now I wouldn't be surprised if the focus is on Louisville, who comes to Notre Dame Stadium next week in what is just a far bigger game for the Irish than this game this week. Now, they're going to be on high alert based on the fact that they just lost to a MAC school a couple weeks ago as a 28-point favorite to Northern Illinois. But that doesn't mean they're going to come out and win by 5 touchdowns. And so I still lean toward the RedHawks here. This is a 44-point total in this game. So the expectation that it's low scoring, it's defensive, it's going to, without a doubt, I think you're going to need Notre Dame to go off to put it over that total. I'm not so sure that we see Notre Dame run it up the way they did against Purdue. I think Notre Dame's content to get in and out here. Obviously, they want to make sure they win. Can't have something happen like it did against Northern Illinois, where they're losing outright as a 4-touchdown favorite at home. But once this one's in hand, I don't think it's going to be a bloodbath like the Purdue game was. I think it'll be run clock. I think they're going to be confident in their defense's ability to stop Miami of Ohio, who hasn't looked great offensively this year. And I'll call this one something like 31-6, 31-7. I think that, this hasn't made my client card yet. I don't know if it will, but my gut is telling me that this lands on the Miami, Ohio side of 28. Notre Dame has struggled in this position as a 3 to 4 touchdown underdog for the past 3 years, and I don't see that changing today. I think Notre Dame will start to look ahead to Louisville, and the RedHawks likely cover this game. So my pick here, Miami of Ohio plus 28. Please like and subscribe so we can continue to bring you free college football videos all season long. And comment below. Let me know what you think. Are you riding with the Irish, or do you think Miami of Ohio's got enough to get out of South Bend with a cover? We'll talk to you guys soon, and I hope everyone has a great college football week 4.